I'm Connie. Welcome to my channel, where we talk about everything beauty, fashion, decorating, life changes, and living in Southern California, and as we love to call it, SoCal. All of this for women over 70. And today, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on with some of the dangers with living in Southern California. Before I do that, I have to share a funny with you. I just feel so silly. I sat here and I went through about 3/4 of what I wanted to share with you. And I was still on photo. I hadn't put it on video, so I did the whole thing and then the phone went blank. And I'm like, how did that happen? Oh, well. Just forgot. So, I wanted to share with you some of what's going on right now in California. And I live in Southern California, south of Los Angeles, in Orange County, near Disneyland. And there's a lot of fires going on right now in Southern California, and they have been for over a week. And we've had winds off and on for over a week, and they're called Santa Ana winds. And we get them in the fall and we get them in the spring. And in the fall is when we have the most problems because everything dries out from the summer heat and we have more winds. Anything can set it off. There's been things from the electric company had a spark and it set off a tremendous, really bad fire last year. Someone can flick a cigarette out the car window and it can trigger it. Somebody one time set a campfire. That was really silly. So that created a fire. A lot of things that can happen, just flukes can make it happen. So it's hard to tell, but it seems to happen almost every time we have the bad winds. And we have another set of winds coming up tonight, and they're supposed to last through Thursday. And it's supposed to be the worst winds of the series. In our area, we're supposed to get, excuse me, we're supposed to get 35 to 40 mile an hour winds in our area. And in other areas, they're going to be getting up to 70 miles an hour. And if there is, that alone is just really frustrating. We all have our different weathers that we like when there's summer, winter, fall, spring. The different seasons and the types of weather that come with it. So when it's raining, we may or may not like the rain, but you know, when it hasn't rained for a while and it rains, you go, wow, it's raining, and you run out to look and the kids run out to play in it. Same thing if it's snowing. It's snowing, wow, yay, and you run out. And then when it starts to get a little warmer out in the summer before it gets real hot, you're like, wow, it's such a beautiful sunny day. You know, let's go for a walk or whatever. But when the wind blows, I don't think there's anybody that likes it except Winnie the Pooh, maybe. So they're going on right now here, and they've been going on for about a week. And we've got a fire north of LA that they're trying to get under control before the winds hit again tonight. They've got a fire in Northern California that I believe, the last I heard, they had just given up trying to put it out, and they were trying to steer it toward the ocean, and they're just going to let it go toward the ocean and burn out at the ocean. So when that happens, there's a lot of evacuations, and they have to set up, temporary places for people. It's really tough on them. And then they have a lot of people, some people have lost their homes this time. Some people have had their homes damaged by the fires. Sometimes you'll have a fire that'll burn one house and not burn the other house. It's really strange. So California is a beautiful place. There's a lot of good things about it. There's a lot of not so good, depending on how you feel about different things. But the weather's lovely. When the winds come and the fires come, I think it's the hardest. We also have floods and we have earthquakes. Those are about our three most challenging things I would say from the weather. I wanted to share with you what a friend of mine wrote, and I meant to get my glasses so I could read this really good. So if I stumble, I apologize. But I wanted to read two posts that a friend of mine did in Northern California near that fire that they're now letting go to the ocean and burn itself out. So here's what she posted 2 different days. So yesterday she said, sitting in a nearby parking lot where I miraculously found reception and some humans eagerly gathering. Roads are deserted, stoplights are out, and just blowing in the wind. Freeways are crowded with people fleeing and evacuating. I have no phone access, cell phone reception, or online connection. No hot water, no fridge, no lights. Forced power outage from PG&E in the entire Bay Area. If you're trying to reach me, maybe try texting. It might go through, and it might not. Luckily, I'm not in a fire zone, and I'm safe. So please don't worry, friends, I'm okay. So imagine if she's got that going on, and she's not in a fire zone, but it's close to her. So today she posted this. And so it is ongoing. They've had power out now for a week. They're talking about maybe it coming back on tomorrow. I don't know if it will or not. If they get the winds that we are promised to get, then it will stay out. But maybe they're not going to get those winds. We get more winds down here in Southern California than they do up there. They're up near Sacramento, San Francisco. The Bay Area would be San Francisco area. So here's her day 2 post. Street lights still out. Cell towers operating on low. Phones not working. No hot water. Still have the PG&E forced outage due to the NorCal fires. Still no gas stations, businesses, post offices, restaurants, going on day 3. People seem to be panicking. The energy is forensic. By the grace of God, I'm not in a panic. Plus, my neighborhood strip mall still gets cell reception, so I'm here catching up, making calls, living my life, and doing my best to turn this situation into something better than. So grateful I don't have to evacuate. I went for a drive to see where humans are as my street looks deserted, as do most shopping centers. Surprisingly, Costco was open, so I decided to venture in to watch human behavior. After all, I am a trained psychologist. Not a flashlight to be found. No samples being offered. The food concession was more than usual crazy. People frantically stuffing their faces early morning with pizza and ice cream outside in the food concession area of Costco. A nearby coffee shop had a 2-hour wait for a cup of coffee. That's terrible. Smoke fills the air, even though I'm not in a fire area. Great gratitude pouring from me here. So it's a tough time up there, and I don't know what's going to happen when these other winds come in tonight. So I just kind of wanted to be in the moment and kind of share with you something that that we experience here during the fall, a little bit in the winter, and during the springtime. So when you hear the fires happening in Southern California or Northern California, pray for us, because there's usually some devastation somewhere. Sometimes it's mighty and sometimes it's small, but it's always not a good thing. So when you see that and you hear it, just say an extra prayer for California during this time. And so just a short little video. I wanted to pop on and just share my feelings and experience of others that are going through this right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you like my videos, please subscribe, click the like button, and remember that if nobody else tells you today, I love you. Have a great day.